What's up, guys, and what's going down? Hope you guys having a great night or a great day wherever you are in the world. But you already know what time it is, guys. It is time for some Tarky time. Time for some Tarkov talk, baby. So with that being said, it's going to be a little bit of a different video today. We're going to be checking out some budget builds, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out. We're going to be building the AK-74 and the ADAR today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it and let's see what we got. Alright, let's see here. So we got our AK-74 right here, and we also have our ADAR right here. Now, both these weapons I actually just now got off of a scav run. So my scav actually loaded in with this AK right here that was already preset with this rail mount, you know what I'm saying? Makes it super easy to go ahead and pop a sight, pop a grip on there. Now, the one thing that I do not like about this particular mount for the sight is the sight is so far away from the actual weapon that you can't really see too much of what you're doing, because the sight is way up on the actual weapon, right? So what we can do is, one thing that I love doing on these AKs is we can actually take off this rear sight, and we can take off the old dust cover, right? And so what you want to do is you can get this bastion cover right here, this bastion dust cover. You can get this from Skier. I believe either Skier level 1 or level 2, and it's super cheap, guys. I believe it's only like maybe 1 or 2K on the rubles. So we'll go ahead and jump that, boom, pop that right on the AK right here, and now it's set up to have a scope put on the back receiver, that bastion, right? So what we can do is, I have a couple of weapons that I've already built over here, and we'll go ahead, for example, we'll go ahead and take a couple of our parts over here off of our AK-74M, and we have a hammer sight over here, and the hammer sight is really cool. It's really versatile. You can do the long range, or you can also do the short range with the red dot. I actually love this sight. It's one of my favorites. It's probably about 40 to 50K on the market right now. So what we can do is we can easily pop this bad boy off and boom, pop it right onto that bastion, right? Now the one thing about that is, if you're not careful and if you're going a little bit too fast, I'm sure you'll catch it because it is pretty obvious. But you can actually put that I guess you can actually put the hammer sight on the front mount. There are some sights you can't put on the front mount, but this one's made specifically for that bastion. So that's pretty cool, and it's a good way to not get confused. Now again, these two weapons are pretty compatible, and they actually have almost the same rail mount on the front of the weapon, right? So this one already has the RK1, and it's a grip that I recently got off of a raid, out of a little weapon case, weapon box. And what we can do is we can take that RK1 completely off of the AK, and we can pop it directly onto, boom, our foregrip right over here on the AK-74. And now we just had a sight for free and a grip for free that we didn't have to buy. Now technically, if you had to buy the grip and you had to buy the sight, it'd probably be about 60K altogether, which is not bad at all, seeing as how we didn't even have to buy the weapon, right? Now one other thing that's pretty cool about customizing these weapons is, if you wanted to go with a black on black, if you wanted to go with the black with the wood stock, you know, it's completely versatile, guys. So what I mean whenever I say that is, we can take this completely off, and we can actually take our other stock from the other AK, and we can put that directly on. Now the only thing about that, I think it has to have a different setup. So I'm pretty sure we can take off the butt, right? We can take off the butt stock, and now it's compatible. So maybe not that particular stock is compatible, unfortunately. So the easiest thing to do is we can take the stock, pop it back on here, and we can take that butt stock, the one that was actually on the old stock as well, and we can just pop it onto the new stock. You know what I'm saying? And you can easily just kind of, where are we at? You can easily link search the weapon, and it'll take you directly to whatever you want to actually find, whether that be bigger magazines, a big 60 round mag, or if you wanted to go with different sights, muzzles, suppressors, whatnot, you know what I mean? You can add whatever you wanted to, different stocks and different hand grips and stuff. Speaking of hand grips, we can actually, if I'm not mistaken, let's see, we got the, what is this, the AK-12 on the hand grip over here, and we should be able to, let's see, let's take off this old hand grip on the old AK. We'll pop it up here, and now we'll take the AK-12, and boom, we can pop it directly on our new AK. That just shows you how versatile these weapons really are, you know what I'm saying? And if you wanted to, I believe you could even take off the 60 round mag and completely swap it over with no questions asked. This one actually already has a 30 round mag, and it's almost the same mag as well. So what you could do, pop this bad boy off, pop this one over here, and now you can pop the 60 rounder over on your new build. And it's completely versatile. Whatever you're, whatever you're feeling, whatever gun that you actually want to run. And this is why I really love building the AKs, just because if I ended up making it out with another AK, or I run a scav run and I make it out with all those weapons, it's just it makes for a such easy build. You know what I'm saying? Now, you see how this one is actually, it's redded out now. It's redded out. It's blanked out where I actually can't use the weapon, right? Technically, there's no hand grip on the gun right now. So what we can do is we could easily take our old hand grip off the other AK that we had, and boom, pop that bad boy right on, and we are good to go. Now, same goes for the ADAR right here. We just did a lot of talking about the AK, and that's my fault. I love building AKs, guys. Now, the one thing about the ADAR is you can actually build this in a way where it's fully customizable. Again, if you didn't want the wood barrel cover, if you didn't want the wooden stock, completely changeable, right? It just depends on how much money you really want to throw into this particular weapon. Now, one thing that I do not like about the stock gas block right here, and gas block / iron sights on the very front, right? When you aim down sights with this particular weapon, the iron sights are very decent. I feel like where it really messes you up is if I wanted to put a sight on this particular gun. Let me show you real quick. So what we can do is we can take off our rear sight on the weapon, right? Now there's no rear sight up here on the rear of the gun. What we can do, for example, we'll just take off this this sight right here, and we'll pop it right on the ADAR, right? Now, when you're using this sight or any other sight, and I'm trying to aim down sights, I'm actually seeing nothing but the front of the weapon, the front iron sight. So it makes it very, very difficult to actually use this particular weapon without changing that gas block, right? As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, like right here, there is no way that you're going to be able to see your target. You know what I mean? So what we can do is we can actually take that gas block and we can take it completely off. Now, when you take that completely off, it's going to make it to where you actually can't use the weapon, okay? So there's actually a part that we can get. There's a weapon part from Skier, I believe, and it is the, where is it? Is it level 2? I think it might be level 1 actually. It's either Skier or Mechanic. Mechanic has it. So this is the MK12. The MK12 low profile gas block, and it's compatible with that ADAR that we actually have inside of our stash right now, right? It's actually compatible with the TX15 that I have inside my weapon case as well. And that's what I love about this particular feature down here, if you're not too sure what kind of weapon you're rocking with or what kind you're trying to upgrade, you can easily double click on any item, on any attachment or anything like that, and it'll show you right down here what it's actually compatible with. That's so useful. So this is only 5K. Boom. 5K to have a really decent scope on the freaking ADAR, right? So here's our MK12 right here, the low profile gas block. Boom, put that on, and it goes right here on the very front of the weapon. And now the weapon is technically usable again, right? And now we don't have the huge front sight that was on the weapon to begin with. So we have all this extra space. You see, this was so big, right? Right in my freaking face. Now that's completely gone, and we have all that extra space to use whatever sight we wanted to. You can actually customize, like I said, if you don't want to use the wooden barrel covers, the wooden stocks, you can easily take these off and replace them. Now, when you want to do something like that, you're starting to get into a little bit of money. I'll be completely honest with you. We'll just start looking at them real quick. So we got the wooden stock, we got the buffer tube, and this is if you wanted to use like a pretty decent stock. You know what I'm saying? I've seen buffer tubes on a lot of freaking M4s and stuff like that, and they all have really good stocks. And again, you know, you kind of have your black stock. You can go for a different type of style or whatnot. But again, this would require one of these buffer tubes. You would technically need that buffer tube and this as well for this to slide on too, right? So just a little something to take into mind when you're customizing these weapons. You can make them very cheap, or you can pretty much go balls to the walls and you can make a very expensive build. And one thing that you can look at right here is Mechanic actually sells this same stock right here for not even 6K. Not even 6K, and everybody on the market wants 25 to 45K, dude. That's insane. So just another prime example that it's very important to get your traders leveled up as fast as you can, because if you hit level 10 and you're able to use the market, but you can still get stuff cheaper, it's gonna screw you every time if you're not the proper level, right? So, but that's about it for me, guys. I wanted to come through and show you just how easy it is to customize your weapons on Tarkov. And again, say I was to make it out with this AK and I want to use my other AK, or you know, I want to put everything on a different weapon. It's so easy because this already has the Bastion on it. All I have to do is really just take the sight, pop it on, take the RK1, pop it on, and I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? And this particular weapon right here, it actually doesn't have a muzzle on it. So, or you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have like a compensator, so we could easily put the compensator on. You know what I mean? And it would have better accuracy and better ergonomics, and so it's just all in what you want, all in how you want to build the weapon. And I feel like it's very convenient to know little steps like this, because it'll really help you out inside the long run. You know what I'm saying? Same goes with flashlights and stuff, and you actually have multiple slots to equip a flashlight as well. You have to take that into account too. I actually love that feature. Just in case you want to put like a laser on one side and you know for sure that you're used to your laser being on your left or your right, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? There's so much different things, or so many different things that you can actually do with these particular weapons. And again, that's just one of the main things that I really love about the AKs. But enough being said, guys. I've said enough. I've talked your ear off enough, guys. Let me go ahead and jump off here. That is my tips on my budget builds. Just rock the scav. You can find these ADARs everywhere on scavs, dude, all the time. You can find these basic AKs on your personal scavs everywhere. So just be on the lookout, and especially these AKs as well. The AKS, these are everywhere on scavs, and we'll save this build for a different video as well. And we'll jump into some EBRs and stuff. I'm not too sure about the EBR. I just got this the other day. This was with the barter, so you can actually barter. Before I get off, if you guys don't know this, you can actually barter that particular EBR right there for 20 blue tapes. I know you guys find blue tapes everywhere. I find them all the time. You can get this EBR for 20 blue tapes, and it already comes, you know, pretty preset, kind of preset. You got a rail mount, decent stock, you know what I'm saying, like very decent. If I wanted to buy this weapon right off the market, it's a very basic weapon. No rail mount, you know, nothing on it, no stock, nothing, bro. It's just completely basic. So it's not a bad barter, to be honest with you. 20 freaking tapes, and like I said, I find those tapes everywhere. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight, for sticking around. If you guys stuck around through the whole video, be sure to let me know what you thought. Be sure to drop that thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It always does help. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys are amazing. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. And I will see you on the next one. Much love, fam jam, and take care.